guys, today I'll be going over the Healing Touch build for Resto Druids. It seems to be one of the best builds at the moment for PvP healing. All the high rated rank 1 Resto Druids are playing with it. There's a lot of potential with it, but you know, it has been out for a while. There's a lot of people that already know about this, and if you do, then maybe stick around for the end of the video. You still might learn a few things. I know I certainly am still learning. Basically, the way this build works is it's Abundance, which is on your normal talents in the tier 1, and in Honor talents we go to Nourish, and these two simultaneously work really well. So basically the way this build works is we really have to play completely different to the way we usually play. We usually apply HOTS, line of sight, maybe apply HOTS and go for CC, but this build we've really got to play like a Resto Shaman. It's all about, you know, the casting, the burst healing. The best thing about this build is even if we do get interrupted, it's really unlikely we're going to fall behind because our target's going to be fully hotted. I mean, there is the occasional problem with kleptomania from mages where they can steal all the HOTS. Then that puts us at a huge disadvantage, but I'll go over the pros and cons to this build in the next few seconds. So the cons to this build is we're really vulnerable to be trained. So that means we can't play this build versus comps like Walking Dead or Jungle, or comps that'll really train us down, because we just won't be able to benefit from that Healing Touch cast reduction. We'll just have to rely on HOTS, which basically, we might as well go Cultivation or Cenarian Ward, etc. The next con is we're really vulnerable to interrupts. So we're going to be spam casting Healing Touches whenever they get low, whenever they even drop slightly. So I mean, we're really vulnerable to getting interrupted. But like I said, when we do get interrupted, we're not going to fall too far behind because our target's going to be fully hotted from the spam Healing Touches. It's a harder play style as well. It's the way we play. We've got to play completely different. So if you're used to just playing a Resto Druid, you really are going to. It's quite a bit of a learning curve to learn this build. It's completely different. Your positioning, when you go for CCs, when you've got to worry about healing, it is a little bit different, but it's really worth trying to learn the curve, because it's actually so helpful. It's such a strong build at the moment this season, at least. It's really good. The pros, we've got insane burst healing. The healing from Healing Touch spams are ridiculous. We can cast and really afford to manage to be interrupted because our target's going to be fully hotted, so we can actually 99% of the time we can actually afford to be interrupted, because like I said, our target's going to be fully hotted. It's not going to affect him too much. If we've got full HOTS on our target, we get interrupted, it's not much of a big deal. As well, mana efficiency, we're really good at mana efficient healing at the moment with this Healing Touch build. We don't aim that fast at all. Also, what also makes this build a lot stronger is playing Defender of the Week. That 20% haste with our Healing Touches is really strong, and obviously Overgrowth. When a mage kleptomanias takes all the HOTS, we're really stuck then. So it's nice to have that Overgrowth to counter that. Or a lot of the time, when we're playing against 3 players that have a really high dispel, so we can just apply that Overgrowth, and we've got that reduced healing cast on our Healing Touches. Straight away, we don't have to worry about reapplying those HOTS before we can start the burst healing Touches. Okay, so with this build, Abundance, basically for every rejuvenation active, the cast time of Healing Touch is reduced by 10%, and the critical strike chance of regrowth is increased by 10%, but we're not too worried about regrowth. We're going to focus on Healing Touch. So also with Nourish, we've got the reduced cast time on Healing Touch again, and it automatically applies one of the missing HOTS on our target. And if all of them are present, our Healing Touches critically heal, which is huge. So basically, you never want to start off with Healing Touches to apply your HOTS. You always want to apply your HOTS first. So get your HOTS rolling, then start casting the Healing Touches, and you'll find that you will get used to this build. It's really tricky at first, but it's actually so strong. As you can see, I've got the Abundance buff there. And I mean, in threes, when you've got 3 players hotted, your healing touches are so fast. Like it's insane how it's almost impossible to be interrupted with that fast. We don't lose any downtime with healing with this build. We're constantly, I mean, the burst healing is really strong. The only downside, like I said, is if we're being trained, so we can't play this versus comps like Walking Dead or possibly RMP, possibly, you know, just comps with really high train potential, you know, Assassination Rogue, Enhanced Shaman. But basically this healing touch build it's ridiculously strong, and if you haven't tried it, I think it's worth trying out. It's really good. So I hope this guide's helped you with this build. I really hope that you all, if you haven't tried it, go and try it. It's really fun. It's one of the strongest Resto Druid builds out there at the moment. So I'm just going to show you a clip or two of the healing touch build, just to show you how strong it is and how effective it is in Inside Arena. Enjoy.